come before you guys again after a long break. I have been away for a very long time and I have made my return. I'm super excited for the next season ahead of us. What we have planned is going to be a lot of great stuff. And I know that things are changing for the better. Um, how do I know this? Because you're going to be on this live stream. And you're gonna hear me, you're gonna hear the things that I have to say. So I'm super excited. I don't want us to waste too much time. I've been missed by a couple of people, a lot of people. Actually, I had a couple of people reach out to me to find out what was going on with me. Well, I'm alive. I'm here. I'm here and super excited for my first live stream after being away for far too long. All right. So let's get into it. The first thing I want to talk about is that every individual has a destiny, right? Every individual has something that they were made for, unique DNA, just unique to you, just for you. There's nothing else that is significant to another person that is significant to you. It is just for you. And that is the price of your destiny. That whole relationship between things that define your upbringing from where you started from to this very moment, that is unique to you, and that is your destiny, right? And everybody has a price for their destiny. Everybody has something that is significant to their destiny. Everybody has something that is significant to their story, right? Everybody's life from childhood to the day they die is a story being written. Everybody's destiny from childhood to the day they die is a story being written. So, what is your story right now? That is the price of your destiny. And when we talk about price of destiny, I do want to say something. You will look at yourself, talk to yourself in the mirror, and understand that there are things that you're going through, things that you're experiencing, things that don't make sense to you, problems and issues that you're dealing with that people that are connected to you don't deal with, people that are around you don't deal with. And that is the price of your destiny. That is the price of your destiny. And price of your destiny means that you absolutely cannot compare yourself to other people because there are situations and there are things that you're dealing with, situations and things that you're experiencing that are unique to only you. And you have to make peace with the fact that this situation, this thing that I'm dealing with is unique to only me. And I have to decide if I'm going to be a victim of this situation or if I'm going to do something to change my life. If I grew up in a poor household, if I grew up in a household with not too many resources, right? My parents weren't wealthy. I didn't really go to the best schools. I didn't have the finest clothes. I didn't wear the flashiest clothes, all that good stuff. That is part of your destiny. That is your destiny. You can't change that. You can't go back and change that, right? So the price of your destiny is I'm well aware of my upbringing. I'm well aware of how my life started. My life did not start well. It's not an equal playing field. And the price of my destiny says I can't live like the way everybody else is living because their story is different from mine. Their story says they grew up in comfort. Their story says they can afford to not take life seriously because they have a rich grandfather somewhere who's going to pass off an inheritance. They have someone who is going to give them something to make them successful. You don't have that. You don't have those connections. You don't have those resources. So the price of your destiny is saying You can't live the way everybody else is living because your path is different. Your path to success, your path to achieving anything is different. Someone says, "Do you believe in God?" Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I speak with so much conviction, and I speak with so much conviction because I believe in God. Um, Somebody says, "I'm from Uzbekistan." Oh, that's nice. We got a couple of people from that's where's that? Near Russia or somewhere? Maybe. Someone's asking, what are we talking about? Just listen. Just listen. Don't ask stupid questions. Just listen. All right. So the price of your destiny is telling you freedom is expensive, right? Freedom is expensive. Freedom is expensive. I'll say that again. Freedom is expensive. Freedom is expensive because you know you have the ability to do something that will pacify you, that will please you in the moment. But after you've done it, after you've done whatever action that is, you're going to be feeling so awful. And it's expensive because you have to make a painful choice. You have to look at the thing that you want so much and say, I'm going to say no to this thing, right? I'm working now. I'm trying to have a nice body. I can't have ice cream at 1 a.m., even if I have sugar cravings. I have the freedom to walk to the fridge and say, I want this ice cream and I can have this ice cream. But again, also because I have the freedom to do this thing doesn't mean that I should do it. And if I'm trying to become more healthy, the price for my destiny says, even though you have the ability to do these things, don't do it because this is your final goal. This is your overall goal, right? And I'll ask you a question. I'll say, how many times have you done things, right? How many times have you done things that you knew you had the freedom to do it and it wasn't fulfilling? Look at all the things that we've done in the name of we're being adventurous, in the name of we're being free, we're exploring, and look at how much damage those things have done to us. Think about it. Freedom is expensive. Almost every terrible decision, almost every bad thing that you've done in your life, you did because you had the freedom to do it. There was nobody holding you back and you went ahead and did it. And years later, you're looking back at it and you're like, oh my God, if only I could go back and say no. And that is freedom for you. But the price of your destiny says, I have to say no to certain freedoms. The fact that I have the ability to do certain things doesn't mean I should go ahead and do it because my overall mission and the thing that I'm looking for in this lifetime requires that I say no, requires that I sacrifice, requires that I pay the price so that I can get the results that I want. I want to remind you that this whole journey, this whole life thing that we're doing is not an equal playing field. There are people that are ahead of you. There are people that are going to be ahead of you. You can't change that. You can't fix that. You can't change the family that you came from. And you're not going to be reincarnated. So, if this is the price of your destiny, then what kind of conversation are you having with yourself? What are you telling yourself? Are you saying, well, the odds are against me and everything I've done was a struggle and I should have had this and I deserve that. And so be it. But you can't quit like that. You can't say that, right? And if you've already heard this before, let me remind you life doesn't give you what you deserve, life gives you what you work hard for. That is the game of life. I have seen people that are unintelligent in high positions, positions of power, and that's because that is the price of their destiny. The playing field is not the same. Very, very smart, very intelligent, very eloquent people, and they're not doing well. They're at the bottom of the ladder. And until they have that conversation with themselves and say, this is the price of my destiny. I know that I'm smart. I know that I'm talented, but I can't live the way everybody else is living. Then they can succeed. Then they can succeed. Somebody says, why am I still hurting? Oh, I just read that. That's interesting, but we're not talking about that over here. So, so yes. But that is the price of your destiny. That is the price of your destiny. Somebody says move on. Yes, please move on. What are we talking about? Please move on. Let's be real. That is the price of your destiny. So at a certain point, I will rise above every limitation. I will rise above every failure. I will rise above everything that I have tried and failed at. I will rise above because my price to succeed is high, and I have made peace with that. I've made peace with the fact that this is my journey. This is the way I have to do it, and I'm going to do it. I can either complain I can either complain and say that, well, the odds are against me, nothing is working for me, so I'm just going to just sit here and not do anything at all. Or I can make peace with the fact that this is my destiny. I only get the chance to do this one time, one lifetime, that's it. And I can either choose to be miserable for the rest of my days, or I can say something has to change. Maybe more discipline, maybe a desire for excellence, maybe a desire to be more bold, be more confident. But whatever the price is, you must be willing to pay. And let me ruffle up some feathers over here. There is no glory in lacking something. There is no glory, there's no honor in being in scarcity, being in lacking abundant. No, there's no glory in that. There's far too many people being comfortable and enjoying that kind of life. And that is not what you should claim. That is not what you should claim. In a world that is getting more expensive, more complicated, your desire is to pay the price that you need so that you can get to the places where you were destined to be. Because as you watch this live stream, there is something unique about you that I can't do, something unique about you that I can't think of. And until you get to that point, until you reach that point where you say, these are certain qualities about me that these other people don't have. And I must give this to the world. I have to die empty. I can't die with all of these skills and talents and ideas. I have to give this back to the world. So what does that mean? Pay the price. I got to stop drinking. I have to stop clubbing. I have to stop doing all of these things that make me go in directions that are different to what I know my soul needs. These are the conversations that we have when we're ready to make life changes. And if we make these life changes, we will rise above every limitation. I guarantee you. What are they saying over here? So I leave you with this. I leave you with this. And this live stream will be up later so you can watch it. The price of your destiny is high. The price of your destiny is high. The price of your destiny is high. So make peace with that and decide that you're going to do what you need to do so that you can experience the goodness in this lifetime. Shalom. Peace. See you.